do have it, just to go over the times with you again. It should be in this area here, so right along Interstate 65, and that's going to be happening by about 8:40 or 8:42 p.m. That's going to be this line here. Then we have it in downtown Mobile by 8:54. It gets out over the Bayway and the Causeway area and out over the Tensas Delta close to 9 o'clock, so in about 30 minutes, and then it will jump across the Delta and end up along Highway 225 somewhere between Cloverleaf and Spanish Fort by 10 after 9, and then we have it in the Stapleton area as it makes a little more progress about 9:15, 9:30. So that's the latest here on the storm track of this, and again, the core of it is moving over the radar site itself, so it's going to be a little difficult to pinpoint out debris and rotation, but we're going to take a look inside this thing and just see what we can see real quick here on Fox 10 News Tonight. It's not just tonight that we have the potential of severe weather in our area, but also this is something that will continue into tomorrow. We've got another opportunity to have to contend with some severe weather tomorrow. The core of the storm right there over Mobile Regional Airport right now. First thing I want to do is look for debris, and I don't see any well-defined debris right now, but that is no surprise because this is right over the radar site, so it's very difficult to see. Also, as we look at velocity, starting to see where this rotation area might be emerging here as it's pulling away from Mobile Regional Airport, and that would put it down here on the southern edge of the cone, and it's going to be somewhere here. You've got Schillinger Road right here, and then you've got Hillcrest Road right here. And so this rotation area looks like it's going to be really close to airport, and it's going to be between Schillinger and Hillcrest Road. And then we would see the rotation continuing to the east towards Interstate 65. So it's most likely, if there's a tornado right now, it's going to be located right here, just south of Mobile Regional Airport, or just to the south and east of Mobile Regional Airport, and booking it off to the east at about 30 miles an hour. It looks like this thing may be basically going straight down Airport Boulevard or Old Shell. It may be a little bit more up towards towards Old Shell once it gets to Midtown. Based on the angle of the track, it may be a little north of due east. And we are looking at the storm right now with our live camera here on top of the Fox 10 News studio. So we've got a camera here that's looking this way, and you can see the lightning strikes. We have an amazing lightning show that's going on over West Mobile. These are the individual lightning strikes all through here showing up, and that high concentration of lightning is showing up on our lightning tracker, but then you can see it for yourself, because if you're out in West Mobile right now, it is really coming down hard, and then of course we've got a lot of lightning associated with this. If there is a tornado, it's going to be basically in the direction that the camera is looking towards right now. I don't see it now, but it is nighttime, so this would be something that would be very difficult to see, and it's still a pretty good ways away from the actual camera where we have the rotation. We may pan a little more to the north, but I think we're pretty much dialed in looking across at that angle. That's looking basically right into the core of the storm. So tornado warning for Mobile County, specifically for the Mobile metro area, and that's going to continue as it moves across through downtown and then ultimately over towards Baldwin County. And based on what I'm seeing right now, these are not power flashes, these are lightning strikes. If we had a tornado on the ground, we would actually be getting power flashes that are actually down low on the horizon. So nasty looking thunderstorm on the southern flank of it. There's no doubt going to be some gusty winds. This signature here, this bowing out signature that's occurring on our velocity product, is likely straight line winds going on, and that's going to be down towards Cottage Hill Road and stretching all the way down to Interstate 10 as well as Highway 90 and down along Halls Mill Road. So you've got, without a doubt, the possibility of thunderstorm winds occurring here. And then your rotation area is going to be up here. We're starting to get a little more clarity now as this signature is moving away from that cone of silence where we have the radar site at Mobile Regional Airport, and it's beginning to move out. And so our rotation is most likely going to be located somewhere right in here. You can see green pixels and red pixels there, and pulling towards the University of South Alabama as well as Airport Boulevard. So tornado warning right now for Airport Boulevard at University, Airport Boulevard at Hillcrest, and you can see those locations right there. So yeah, you've got University, you've got Azalea here, a number of roads that lead down towards Cottage Hill. You've got Grelot right here. These areas are in the core of where that rotation is occurring. This is the University of South Alabama there, and it's going to be moving what it looks like right down Airport Boulevard. Very fast forward track, and we may see this thing hold together to move towards Midtown. It's a very fast track on this system, and I'll switch it back over to reflectivity, give you something that is a little bit more commonly shown on television. The velocity helps us see where the rotation is, but the reflectivity will show us where it's actually raining really hard. And this is one awful looking thunderstorm. And so where I mentioned that bowing out signature, that is right here. We are looking at reflectivity. This is pure reflectivity right here. It's not telling you what type of return is coming back, whether it's raindrops or something else like debris. It's just straight up raindrops. And there is torrential rain going on here around Hillcrest Road at Medal of Honor Park and along Cottage Hill Road. We're getting very heavy rain here too, located right along Airport Boulevard. The rotation that I've been seeing is somewhere right in through here, very close to University and Airport and up to about the University of South Alabama. There's a little notch right here, and that's the area of concern that just moved over Mobile Regional. And then up here further to the north, more heavy rain going on, and just a horrible looking storm. I would expect there is the potential for damaging winds that could knock power out anywhere from Tillman's Corner and the Rangeline Road area up and along Highway 90, the Lansdowne neighborhood, and then back up here along and around Azalea to Airport. And then you've got the possible tornadic portion of the storm too, moving over to the University of South Alabama. This is all advancing very, very rapidly to the east. I'm going to pan out just a little bit here. I actually want to look a little bit further down this line before I do. And so this is not the tornadic part of the storm, but it is still a really intense part of the thunderstorm. This is Theodore Rangeline, likely going to see some potential gusty winds going on there. This is within a severe thunderstorm warning. Then you have the tornado warned portion of the storm here that is located right near the University of South Alabama, and this thing extends up to, and there's more of this thunderstorm up into the northern part of the county, which is not tornadic, but still under the severe thunderstorm warning. We're keeping an eye on what's happening at Interstate 65 at Cottage Hill and on Interstate 65 at Airport Boulevard. These locations are getting heavy rain right now. They are not where we're actually seeing the rotation yet. So one of those cameras, the first camera that you see, the Cottage Hill Road camera, that's going to be right here on the leading edge of the severe thunderstorm winds. Then this is the Airport Boulevard and I-65 camera, a little closer to the rotation area, but still maybe a bit south of that rotation area. So those are some of the live cameras that we're monitoring right now. If you're just joining us, we are under a tornado warning for both Mobile County and for Baldwin County. Specifically, the warned area very much in Mobile County right now is a very highly populated portion of Mobile. This rotation area is very close to Howells Ferry Road, the University of South Alabama, Airport Boulevard, and Old Shell Road. It is tracking to the east. It's not far away from Moffett Road as well, and it will be moving to the east here as it continues to track closer to Mobile County. So I'm going to back the camera up a little bit here, the view, so you can kind of see what's ahead within this warned box. And so everything that's in the warning includes things that are south of this red line and north of this line in this zone right here: Midtown Mobile, Tolmanville, McGowan Park, Park, the DIP area, also Mobile is included in it. And then again, this notch is kind of what we're watching here. It's right over South Alabama now, and it looks like it will be coming down basically Old Shell Road. I would say it's very likely this is going to head across and around the Spring Hill area. That's going to be one of the areas that this thing will likely move over, anywhere along Highway 98 to, and then along Interstate 65, and after that towards Tolmanville. All right, just got a volume scan update, and so what this is showing us is that this thunderstorm is advancing quickly. We expected that. It has a 30-mile-per-hour forward speed. And so it's now right along Interstate 65, north of Dolphin Street, and it looks like the area of concern is going to be right in there near Tolmanville and Old Shell Road in Midtown. And then we have just a horrible thunderstorm here in West Mobile. Once you get into the heavy rain part of it and back toward Mobile Regional Airport, it looks like the threat of a tornado will be ending, especially to the west out Tanner Williams Road. But the further east you go, that's where, and along the leading edge of this is where this system could be indeed tornadic. I want to take a closer look at it with our debris tracker and our velocity scan now that this thing is finally starting to pull away from the interstate slightly. So I'm going to use my camera tool here. First thing I want to do is kind of zoom out a little bit. We do have a tornado warning right now through 9 p.m. For this area. And then as we take a look at what's happening on velocity here, still some really intense wind going on around Mobile Regional Airport. The area of rotation, we'll keep watching. It looks like the National Weather Service out of Slidell has taken over the system because it went right over the Mobile area, and the circulation is not as evident. Looks like that the National Weather Service is going to hold on to this tornado warning for a few more scans, but that is a positive sign. Looking for debris, I'm not seeing anything that shows up on our debris tracker, and I'm not showing anything that shows up as a very well-defined rotation, but we may have had a brief tornado over Mobile Regional Airport within the last 10 minutes. This is tracking to the east. It looks like that the National Weather Service is not ready to drop the warning yet, but they're not seeing the rotation like they were. This may have been a very brief spin-up type situation, and it's without a question, whether you're seeing a tornado or not, a very, very dangerous thunderstorm, not the kind of situation you want to be driving around in tonight. With that forward speed of 30 miles an hour, this is going to be moving through your neighborhood really fast. It's going to be quickly closing down on the area. And this is all area where we're seeing precipitation here, but we're also looking at the velocity to see if winds are going in one direction towards the radar and in another direction away from the radar, very close to each other. And when we have that going on, that's gate-to-gate shear and a tornado. But I'm not seeing any well-defined velocity right now, and it looks like that also the potential for damage is not the main thing. So it looks like it's going to be more damaging winds than tornadic damage at this point, and we could see some damaging winds without question here with this storm. So I'm going to zoom it out a little bit so you just see the overall structure of the storm and where we're under the severe thunderstorm warning. You are probably getting epic lightning at your house right now if you are in West Mobile, and we're going to put this thing into motion so that you can see how quickly it is moving on off to the east. Hopefully this gives you some perspective of where the storm is and where it's going. So right now, the heavy storm, which was right over Mobile Regional Airport, the leading edge of that storm is now right along Interstate 65 in Mobile. It is moving to the east at 30. It will be in downtown Mobile in a matter of minutes. This is a severe thunderstorm. It could easily have wind gusts up around 60 miles an hour. The signature on this is not as conducive to producing a tornado right now as it was about 10 minutes ago, but it's definitely conducive to some potential damaging winds, which can result in power outages and dangerous conditions on the roadways. So we advise that you don't travel right now. If you're along Highway 225, for example, you're in Baldwin County, you're anywhere from Daphne up to Spanish Fort up to about Hurricane and Crossroads, stay home, because you don't want to be driving in this at all. This is a horrible looking thunderstorm that's coming across the bay. It has had the history of producing some rotation. We don't see a tornado imminently on the ground right now, but we are still technically under a tornado warning for a little while longer here while we continue to make sure that this thing is just a severe thunderstorm, and that itself is not a good situation. If we look at the storm here, it is moving here very quickly on off to the east, and the southern flank of it even is bending out a little bit there. And then that heavy rain extends down towards Interstate 10, and it's working through Pritchard now. So we do have this circulation area in Pritchard right now. It is not right now looking like it is a tornado, but it's likely, very likely, a severe thunderstorm. You can see it's now spreading into the loop along DIP. We've got it coming down Dolphin Street. It's coming down Government, and it's quickly moving towards I-110. It's starting to bear down on Pritchard, Tolmanville, and now downtown Mobile. Just like that, with that fast 30-mile-per-hour forward speed, a little different than some of the things we were tracking earlier today that had a forward speed of 15 to 20 miles an hour. This one is moving lightning fast on off to the east, and it looks like it's going to cross the bay and head over into Baldwin County, and hopefully as it does so, it will not be a tornadic situation. So definitely something to watch out for there. I'm going to zoom out slightly more because there are other locations seeing thunderstorms right now, and also want to mention that we've had some really active weather across the Gulf Coast this evening, but we're likely going to see another round tomorrow. In fact, the parameters are actually higher for the potential of severe weather tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, and we'll have more coverage for you then. If you want to find ways to keep track of what's going on with the storm, you can get a live stream on your phone. You can get warnings on your phone. You can get video forecast updates on your phone with our Storm Tracker weather app, and we have the QR code there at the bottom of your screen, so you can take the camera from your phone, scan it, and download our free app, and you can work on the settings on the app. If you're getting some alerts that you don't want or it's talking to you too much, you can change all that in the settings. It's real easy to do, but for situations like this is one of the warnings you would want to get, a tornado warning for Mobile County, and then be able to go to our live stream and we'll talk you through it and let you know what's going on. The latest from the National Weather Service is that this is not exhibiting the same amount of rotation as it was earlier when it was bearing down on Mobile Regional Airport. The folks at the National Weather Service, who are actually located right underneath that radar dome, had to take shelter, and the National Weather Service out of New Orleans actually took over the warning part of this storm. It's going over the Fox 10 News studios here now. Obviously, we're going to stay here with you on the air, and we're going to see this thing moving across the Mobile-Tensaw Delta shortly, and then heading over on the eastern side of Mobile Bay. This red box is the tornado warned area. This orange box right through here is the severe thunderstorm warned area, and within that, this is about the highest concentration of lightning I've seen in Midtown Mobile since the summertime, when we had some of those epic thunderstorms that we typically do in the summertime. So it's been a while since we've seen this much lightning. I wouldn't be surprised to have some reports of power outages due to lightning or due to trees down from some damage there, knocking down power lines and that kind of thing, as this is moving through a very highly populated area. We've got a lot of oak trees around here, very vulnerable to power outages. So checking up on this thing here now, I'm going to zoom back in. You can see we're also getting a thunderstorm north of Atmore, more storms back into Jackson County, Mississippi. It looks like we're going to see this situation continuing. So the National Weather Service has continued the warning, possible tornado over Midtown Mobile. 1-inch hail is also possibly accompanying this storm. I want to check it for rotation to see where we stand, because these things can rotate and they can get out of hand, and then they can start to dissipate and then get back together very, very quickly. And again, it doesn't look like any significantly well-defined rotation right now. I'm going to kind of zoom into the warned area. There's possibility of hail up to quarter size or 1 inch. Tree damage is likely from this because it is a severe thunderstorm. Looking for debris in this right now. Again, it doesn't look like we have anything that stands out as debris as a tornado debris signature, maybe something right in there, but kind of getting that noisy look that a lot of times we see along the leading edge. And then we've got it tracking to the east here at about 30 miles an hour. So it's coming through Midtown now. Right there, it looks like around Spring Hill Avenue, where St. Stephen's Road comes into Spring Hill Avenue, and then right around Broad Street, and then tracking towards Water Street in downtown Mobile. It's going to go right over downtown Mobile, and then it will be out over the Tensas Delta. I'm going to switch it back over to reflectivity here, since we're not seeing anything that stands out from a rotation standpoint or a debris standpoint. The warning may be continued for a while longer, so it was looking like the Weather Service might drop that, but it looks like it's going to continue through at least the 9 o'clock hour. So the warning is in effect for about the next 10 minutes, and I'll stay here with you on Fox 10 News as long as we're under that warning. Taking a look at the forecast track on this thing based on its current location, which would be somewhere right in through here, and a forward speed through the center of the cone. Again, this is not exact. At 30 miles an hour, we have it in downtown Mobile at 8:55, and I'm talking about Water Street because it's already raining on Prod right now. We've got it in Spanish Fort at 9:10, Spanish Fort High School by 9:17, and the Stapleton area by 9:26. That gives you an idea of how quickly this thunderstorm is advancing. And, just kind of checking it out, an overview of it here. I'm trying to zoom out a little bit because I know we got a lot of banners on the screen and that kind of thing. I want you to really be able to see what's going on. So we'll zoom it out to about that level there, and I'll put it back into motion. Fast forward speed. Tons of lightning, basically horrible weather in Mobile. If you're out at Mobile Regional Airport, this area right now, it looks like the tornadic threat has ended. We're not done with the rain. There's still a big thunderstorm back into Jackson County. This is not a situation where you got a little quick line that moves through and you're done. Looks like we're going to see more active thunderstorms in our area this evening. And the tornado warning is now in effect for, it looks like, Midtown Mobile and downtown Mobile and Highway 225. So places like the University of South Alabama, which I mentioned earlier, Mobile Regional Airport, you are now out of the tornado warning. You are in the clear from tornado activity, but still a lot of lightning and horrible weather to be driving around in. Would be surprised to see some flash flooding going on, some localized flooding on the roadways from all the active weather that we're seeing from the very, very heavy rain. Some of the rainfall rates of about 1 inch to 2 inches per hour. With the core of this, the reflectivity is very, very high. It is tracking across through Mobile right now. The leading edge of the storm looks like it's made it now to about Water Street, and it's about to move out over the Bayway and the Causeway. The current time is currently, it looks like 8:53, and we've got this warning still in effect for another 7 minutes. The reflectivity area levels are high, and there's also possibly some hail going on with this thunderstorm too. We're also seeing a lot of lightning strikes. I'm going to track it for hail in a minute. The areas, if you're inside this red box, you are in the tornado warning, and so that's why you're probably tuning in to Fox 10 News to see what's going on, because your phone's going off, your weather radio's going off, and so here we are. Just kind of wanted to update you. If you're on the eastern edge of this and you're concerned, you should be, because we're under a tornado warning, but we're not seeing the rotation within the storm like we were earlier. What we definitely expect is a severe thunderstorm situation. There are likely straight line winds occurring with this. The wind has a way of really whipping up over Mobile Bay because there's nothing to slow it down from the friction and the land interaction. So we're in a special marine warning situation, and this is going to bring in a real rush of heavy wind towards Daphne and Spanish Fort as this wind comes across the bay and fills in along the eastern shore, really anywhere from Montrose up to Daphne. I'm concerned about wind damage there. Also, just along the thunderstorm line itself, as it's moving along anywhere from about I-10 and southward there, the Spanish Fort area, up to about Bromley, could see some of these gusty winds coming across too with severe thunderstorms in the area. So looking at Mobile right now, we have a heavy thunderstorm coming through, a lot of lightning strikes going on. You can see the Pritchard area, Saraland, heavy lightning. This is tracking to the east, and current time right now is almost 9 o'clock, and we are going to be streaming Fox 10 News at 9 p.m. p.m., what's more likely is we may be streaming some severe weather coverage. We're definitely going to do extended coverage within our 9 o'clock newscast, depending on what happens with this tornado warning. If there's a tornado warning, we'll stay with you, but we will also be streaming. You can get that. You can access our stream using the Fox 10 Weather app. It's real simple, or you can go to fox10tv.com, or you can go to your smart TV and look for it on our Fox 10 Gulf stream. So we have lots of ways that you can see our stream. We also stream on our Facebook page, Fox 10 News, which is another easy way to find our stream. So we want you to find us in those areas. The football game will be going independent of what's actually happening with our stream. So if we have a tornado warning, we're going to be on the air. If the tornado warning is expired beyond 9 p.m., we're likely going to go into our newscast. And very heavy rain. I promised I would look in here and see what's going on with the possibility of some hail. So let me get the hail tracker going here, and we will see what's happening there with the hail signature. And let's see here. We've got that tool up here. So hail right now. See if that will load. Looks like it's taking its sweet time. Yeah, still some hail. It's not super an amazing amount. Some small hail. Looks like 1/4 inch hail. So if you look at the legend up there, it shows 1/4 inch, and we're seeing some light gray color right there. So probably are seeing some hail going on, and that's why things might look a little different on our correlation coefficient also. So that would be why they would have a little noise there. I don't see, again, a well-defined velocity area. We had a 55-mile-per-hour wind gust. And it looks like the tornado warning has been canceled as of 8:53, so we're going to see it dropping off our television set here soon and off of our storm tracker. The tornado warning has been canceled, but the severe thunderstorm element of this will continue. And so here it is. We're going to take another look at this before we go back to the game here. This is the storm that produced a 55-mile-per-hour wind gust at Mobile Regional Airport. It is now right over Midtown and downtown. It's going to be tracking over to Baldwin County, most likely as a severe thunderstorm, the way it's presenting itself on radar right now. Watch out for gusty winds from Fairhope to Daphne to Spanish Fort and up towards Cloverleaf. We have had official word, even though you still see the box up on your screen, this tornado warning has been allowed to expire from the National Weather Service, but it is still a significant thunderstorm, and we will have a live stream of our newscast going on in a matter of minutes here on Fox 10 News. So you can stay tuned for that, but for now, we'll go back to programming.